last minute technical difficulty, so that's why I'm up a little late. You just never can be too prepared. So I just give another little bit to let people find us, because usually I try to jump on early so people can find us, but my iPad was giving me some issues this morning. Oh, good times, right? So if you're on, just let me know that you can hear me okay and everything looks okay, and we will get started. I know we're a couple minutes late. I apologize for that, for jumping on so late. I think it all looks good. You can hear me, yes. And the music sounds good. Okay, then we will get started. Good, good. I think more people will jump on once they find us. I again apologize with my issues this morning, but we will get started. We will sit in a nice seated position, sitting up nice and tall, closing down your eyes. We will start with some breath work here. Excuse me, palms up to receive. Relax the shoulders down your back, close your eyes. Start with those deep breaths. You'll inhale through the nose, allow the breath to rise and push out to your side ribs, lungs. And then all the way up to your collarbone. You'll pause at the top. And then open your mouth and sigh out your breath. Letting every last drop go, gathering back in your belly muscles. When you're ready, you'll do this breath a couple more times on your own. Just allowing yourself to connect to your breath, to this moment, letting everything else go, and just being right here, right now. Calming your mind and your body. Letting the busyness of your day just float away. And just be here with your breath. Complete the breath you're on. And then when you're ready, we'll take this breath together. One more time. You'll inhale through the nose. Push the ribs out. Fill up those lungs. And then pause. And then allow the breath to rise to your collarbone. Pausing again. Hold a little longer here. Get extra full with breath. Maybe drink in a little more breath. And then once again, open your mouth and sigh it out. Pause at the bottom. And then take a quick inhale when you're ready. And then sigh it out again. And then beginning your ocean breath. In and out through your nose, sealing your lips. Maybe contracting the back of your throat, creating that ocean-like sound. Relax your tongue onto the bottom part of your mouth. Relax your face. Maybe move the jaw around. Yawn, swallow. Just notice as you hold stillness here, as you practice this breath that will guide you through your practice. Just notice where you might be feeling extra tension and tightness today. Is it in your neck, your shoulders, your back? Maybe even you're squeezing your glutes and you don't realize it. Just try to relax your glutes. And then when you're ready, we'll begin to move the head around. Maybe you just go side to side at first. then maybe you'll go front and back. If you're feeling really open, maybe you'll go all the way around in a circle, one direction, and then the other. Maybe you just hold in a spot that feels extra tight and allow your breath to soften the muscle where you may be feeling extra tension right now. Couple more breaths, just enjoying this gentle stretch through your neck, even the shoulders a little bit. And bringing your head to neutral, just find stillness again. Just notice how that felt, the changes you've already made through your neck and shoulder area. Then when you're ready, you'll begin to take your arms out to the side, allow them to rise, pull the shoulders down your back, lift your head up, blink open your eyes, and then nestle your head back. And then looking forward, take your hands, interlace your fingers, and push your palms up towards the sky. Inhale as you lift up, and then exhale, round your back for a seated cat-cow. Do that again, nice big inhale and rise, arch the back a little bit. And then exhale, lower. Let's do that again, nice big inhale as you rise. And then exhale as you lower. Let's do that one more time, inhale. And then exhale. Tucking the chin, release your hands. Take them back behind you, interlace your fingers, pull the fist down, straighten those arms as much as it feels good in your body, roll the shoulders back, sit up tall now, tucking the chin still, begin to move around, move the shoulders, the head, breathe, maybe even tilt front and back, just whatever feels good. And then roll the shoulders back, sit up tall, take your both hands, keeping them interlaced over to your right hip, and then take your head and tilt it to the left. So your left ear to the left shoulder, and close the eyes. Give just a little deeper stretch to the neck and shoulder area again. Closing the eyes, looking inward. Maybe setting an intention or two for your practice today. Maybe something you've been working on, like more patience or understanding, calmness. Slowly beginning to rise, we'll switch sides. Take both hands over to the left hip and then tilt your head to the right. Closing the eyes again, just notice how this feels. Pay attention, honoring your body again as we practice today. And again, maybe thinking of an intention to focus on two will help keep you in this moment. One more deep breath. Slowly rising, pulling the fist down again. One more time, tuck the chin, maybe tip forward this time. Pull the arms up off your back if that feels okay. Again, whenever we interlace our fingers, it's always a great time to grab a strap if you happen to have one at home, and hold the strap if that feels better in your arms, your shoulders, your elbows, your wrist. And then slowly rise. Release the hands. Inhale the arms up again. The palms to a touch. Exhale, heart center. We're going to do that again. Nice big inhale and rise. And then exhale, lower. One more time, nice big inhale. And then exhale, slowly lower heart center. Take a moment here. And then when you're ready, however it feels good in your body, you're going to transition to a tabletop position, all fours. So maybe to the side, maybe you just cross over your feet, but we'll rise to all fours. And if you'd like to sit on a blanket, use a blanket for your knees, go ahead and grab that for extra cushion. Always, right, protecting the knees is our number one thing. Our safety is first. But go ahead and set up to all fours when you're ready. We're going to do some cat-cows on all fours. We did it seated, so now we're going to do it on all fours. So toenails on the earth, wrists, elbows, and shoulders in line, fingers wide apart. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, push the belly down, and look up. And then exhale, round your back. Maybe shake up the head. Inhale, look up. Maybe move the hips side to side here. And then exhale, round. Maybe push the hips back a little bit. When you're in cat, feel a little deeper stretch through your lower back. And then inhale, look up. And then exhale, round. And then coming to a neutral spine, you're going to take out your right leg and stick it straight out. Hip level, internal rotation with your hip and thigh. Belly muscles are in. You can stay here or maybe extend the left arm for a little balancing cat. Just feel how your balance feels today, knowing every day is a little different. Now place the left hand down. You're going to take that right foot out to the right as far as you can, touching it out, and then turn your head towards that right foot. So you feel a good deep stretch to the left side of your body, your oblique, your hip, up through the shoulder even, and the glute. And then you're also feeling it in the right leg, in the hamstring, your inner thigh, and that glute area too. Allow one more breath. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift that right leg and then take it over your left, way over to the other side, laying it on the floor, setting it on the floor, and then take your head and look towards the right foot again. So now this time you're getting a stretch to the right side of your body. Breathe into the tension, tightness you're feeling, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose, but knowing at any time you can open your mouth and sigh out your breath. And then you're going to take that right knee and just pull it behind the left. So now your legs are crossed. You can stay here and just feel a stretch. Maybe you just push back a little bit. Maybe you push back further and reach the arms out really far and rest the head on your mat, or maybe a block, or even a pillow. Your hips are intending to go towards the heels, but they're not going to reach the heels. They're going to stay up, away from the feet, but you're feeling a good stretch through the glute, the hamstring. One more full cycle of breath. And then you're going to look up. Keep your legs crossed. We're going to go straight into cow face. So maybe you have a block, a blanket, or a pillow that you want to use for this. I'll show those options, but you're just going to push yourself up. Maybe take the feet a little further apart, adjust your knees a little bit, and then sit back onto the earth behind you, up nice and tall. You can even grab a block or two behind you and sit on that. That might feel better. This is a pretty intense stretch in those hips, the hip area, the glute. So maybe you fold up a blanket several times and sit on that, or a pillow. Just take your time getting situated. What feels good. okay. Maybe you'll begin to tip forward, maybe resting your chin on your knee, or you can just stay up. Don't have to come that far down. Again, it's really intense through that IT band, your hip, your glute, and something we hold a lot of tight tension and stress in our hips. So just be mindful of that. Just honoring your body. Coming back to the breath, allow the breath to help you soften the area where you're feeling that extra tension in this pose. The breath is your friend. The breath is there to help. Let's take one more breath. If you are tipped forward, begin to rise. You can always unstack your legs and swing around and come back to a tabletop, or maybe you just tip forward again. So where you're back in that position we started in before we came down to cow face, and then untwist your legs. And then just find regular child's pose before we switch sides. So big toes to a touch, push the hips down towards the heels and reach forward. Or maybe flowing through a couple cat-cows would feel good to you before we switch sides. And then when you're ready, we'll meet back in all fours so we can do the other side. So you're going to take out your left foot this time. Flex your foot, hip level, internal rotation with your hip and thigh. You can stay here, or maybe extend this time your right arm out in front of you. Belly muscles in tight. Just look a couple inches in front of you. Take another breath. And then setting that right hand down, you're going to take your left foot way over to the left. And then you're going to take your body, your head, and look towards that left foot, pushing that right hip out. So you get a good stretch to the right side of your body this time. Notice how it feels. One more breath. And then coming center, lifting that left leg up, crossing it over your right foot to the earth, to the right, and then taking your head and looking towards your right foot. So now you're getting a deeper stretch to the left side of your body. Breathing into it, coming back to this moment, to your breath. If you wandered off, that's okay. Just come back. Take one more breath. And then from here, you're just going to bend that left knee behind your right again. Maybe you stay like this. Maybe this is a perfect stretch for you. Maybe you just play around with pushing the hips back and reaching forward. See how it feels. Maybe you add a pillow or two underneath your head. Maybe a block if you have them, or even just a blanket. Fold it up maybe, bringing the earth to you. Deep, full cycles of breath. One more breath. If you're lower down, on your exhale, begin to rise, and we're going to transition again into that cow face pose. So maybe grab whatever props you'd like to sit on, a block, maybe even a book or two, a blanket folded up, or a pillow. Just add whatever you'd like, and this side might be really different. This side you might need more or less props, and that's okay. Again, just listen. Your body will tell you. Just take your time setting up. eventually join us in finding stillness. Maybe you stay up tall. Maybe it feels good to reach to tip forward. Resting the chin on the knee, maybe. Close your eyes again. Notice how this feels, paying attention, listening. Couple more full cycles of breath. One more on your exhale. If you're lowered, begin to rise. And again, transition to all fours however you want and find your child's pose again. Just taking your time. Maybe you come to the side. Maybe you just cross over, untwist your legs. Again, big toes to a touch, knees towards the edge of your mat, pushing the hips back, or maybe you bring your knees together and take your arms back. You decide. One more breath. And then from here, you're going to look forward and either glide through to your belly or come to all fours and find your way to your belly. You choose. Again, find your own personal path to your belly. Then take the hands to the top of your ribs. Pull the elbows and shoulder blades towards each other. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, look up for Cobra. Bhujangasana. And then exhale, lower. Toenails are on the earth. You're going to do that again. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, look up. Maybe come up a little higher, but keep your elbows bent. And then exhale, lower. Tuck under your toes, and you're going to push up to a plank or all fours. You choose whatever feels good in your body this morning. Belly muscles in tight, no matter which option you're in. Look right off the tip of your nose. And then when you're ready, push your hips up and then find your first down dog. So making adjustments. Feet can be all the way to the edge of your mat. Knees can be bent a lot. They don't have to be close together and perfectly straight. Drop your head heavy like a bowling ball. Look at your toes. And then just begin to dance out. Pedal the feet, pedal the knees, move the feet around, shake out your head. Just do whatever feels good. In your first down dog this morning. Take another breath. And bringing your feet a little bit closer together. You're going to lift up the right leg way up high. Inhale, maybe come down to your left knee first, but you're going to pull that right leg all the way through. So have that knee come down if you need that. It's a great option. We're all going to come down to that left knee if you're not already there. Maybe you have blocks here for a low lunge. You can stay on the blocks. Maybe you rise to your thigh. Push down and forward. Be mindful of that front knee. Make sure it's not going over the ankle. You can stay here or maybe lift your arms up and then maybe interlace your fingers, take them behind your head and lean back into your hands. Pushing that left hip forward, thigh forward to get a quad hip flexor stretch. The left leg and a hamstring stretch to the right. Slowly beginning to lift your arms if you're holding behind your head. And looking forward, begin to drop the arms down. You're going to tuck under your back toes. And lift to a runner's lunge. You're going to bring the back foot in just a little bit and and turn it towards the long edge of your mat. Again, use your blocks to help if you're using those. Pushing off your block or the earth, rise to warrior two. So your back leg, your left foot is facing the long edge of the mat, and your front is facing the short edge of the mat. You want your shoulders in line with your hips. Roll the shoulders back and down and look forward in confidence. Take one more breath. And then turn your front palm up and reverse your warrior, warrior. Big stretch to the side of the body once again. And then we're just bring that right hand, right arm to your right thigh and extend the left arm up for side stretch. Look up, maybe stay here, or maybe reach the arm up and over. Maybe looking up at your hand. Take one more breath. Looking down, you're going to pivot on your back left foot, put both hands onto the earth. And then you're just going to take this right foot back. So if you need to come down to your left knee first, feel free. Slide it back. Follow me with the vinyasa. Maybe you go to all fours. You just make your own personalized way back to your up dog, your down dog. You don't have to take a vinyasa. You can go to all fours. Maybe child's pose would feel good. We'll just eventually meet back and down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Find stillness. Now when you're ready, bring your big toes to a touch. Lift up the left leg this time. Looking forward, you're going to pull that leg all the way through however you need to. Right? We're going to lower that right knee down, toenails down. Blocks if you want them. Maybe you rise to the thigh. Pushing that right hip forward, watching that left knee. Maybe you reach the arms up, interlace your fingers again, maybe you rest your head in your hands and lean back, maybe a little further. You don't have to lean back at all. And then slowly lift your arms up. Bring the hands back down. Tuck under your back toes, rise to that runner's lunge. Then bring that back leg in just a little bit, turn it towards the long edge of your mat. Find your way into warrior two. Nice, beautiful warrior two. Holding there, looking forward. Forward in confidence. It's my cat. Snuck down here. Then turn your right palm up and reverse your warrior. Again, back leg, foot, right foot facing the long edge of the mat, left foot facing the short edge. And then slowly return, bringing that left forearm to your thigh, reach that right arm up. Stay here, or maybe reach up and over. Looking up maybe. And then looking down, pivoting on that right foot, set both hands to the earth. Again, you find your own way back to your down dog. So maybe off fours, maybe a vinyasa, maybe child's pose. We'll meet back in down dog. Pedal it out. Shake it out. Take a couple more breaths here. One more breath in your down dog. And then come up to your tippy toes and come down to child's pose. Push the hips down, reach forward. Rest in child's pose. My nice in your child's pose. It's a loud cat. Take a couple, one more breath. And then slowly beginning to rise, one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back. Take your hands behind you. Maybe lift up, maybe lift your hips. Drop the head back. And then slowly lower. Cross your feet at your ankles. And come to a seated position once again. You're going to take your left leg in and your right leg out, just like this. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe if you want a blanket to sit on, you can grab that. You can even grab a bolster or a block, you choose what you'd like as a prop. You're going to inhale, your right arm, left arm up, and then exhale, begin to take that arm over to the right. Your right elbow can be on the earth. That feels okay. Maybe reach for the toes. That feels okay in your body. Just your intention. You don't actually have to reach them. Take one more breath. And then slowly begin to rise. Take your left hand down. Reach up your right arm. You can stay here. Maybe push up and stretch the opposite way. For a moment, deep breath. And then slowly lower. And we're just going to switch sides. Archie, what are you doing? And then bring the other. Distracted by my cat. Right leg in, left leg out. Inhale, the right arm up. And then exhale, begin to go over to the left. Again, your left elbow can be on the earth or maybe not. Maybe you reach for the toes. It's just your intention. This side today is a little bit easier for me. The other side, that's a struggle and that's okay. That's what we're here for, right? To create balance. One more breath. Slowly rise. Take your time. Place the right hand down and reach the left arm up. Again, you can stay just like this or push the sole of your left foot into the earth and rise up. And then slowly lower. And then from here, we're going to take both legs out. So again, add a lot of prop underneath you if you want to sit on a blanket or two or even a pillow or two or put a pillow in front of you. There's so many options with this. So if you're using a pillow or a block or blankets, just grab whatever you'd like. Take the legs straight out to the side. They can have a slight bend in the knee. They don't have to be super far out. You do what feels good to you. Remember in traditional yoga basic class, you want to push to the edge, but you don't want to go over the edge. You're going to inhale, maybe lift the arms up, and then exhale, begin to fall forward. If you're using a prop, you can just reach around the prop, maybe reach forward, maybe reach for your toes. Eventually finding stillness and enjoying this stretch to your inner thigh, your hamstrings. Archie, you're going to knock it down. Deep breaths. Couple more full cycles of breath. hands as you need it. One more breath. Taking your time coming out of this pose, so slowly rise, pushing into the earth. If you're using any props, maybe move them aside and that we're in front of you. And you're slowly going to take your hands underneath your knees and bring the legs together. Bring the bottoms of your feet together for a moment. Inhale, maybe you sit up tall, maybe you fall forward into star pose. One more breath. Slowly rising, pulling your knees together, scoot up towards the front edge of your mat. You're going to make your way all the way to your back. So go ahead and grab your props you're going to want for your Shavasana. We're not going to go into that just yet, but have them ready. Slowly make your way down. Extend the legs straight out. Arms above your head, point your toes. Arms above your head, release your fingers. Are you doing this with me, Archie, today? Take a full body yawn and stretch. And then bring the arms by your side. Pull the right knee in towards your chest, armpit, shoulder area. Move that leg around a couple times. And then we're going to take a twist. You're going to take your right leg over your left. So move your hips way over to the right. As far as you need to help get that right knee to the earth. Maybe a block underneath that right knee. And then open up your right arm, look down the length of your right arm. Maybe your left hand can rest on top of your left thigh. You can look straight up, or maybe down the length of your right arm. Back into the breath. With every exhale, think about pulling that right shoulder closer to the earth. One more breath. Slowly beginning to come center. Take that right leg out. Take a full body yawn and stretch again. Arch the back, point your toes, move the shoulders around. And then bring the arms down. Pull the left knee in towards the armpit, shoulder. Move it around however it feels good. Preparing for that twist when you're ready. So moving the hips way to the left this time. Taking that left leg over the right. Again, a block or a blanket under the knee is great. Place the right hand on the thigh. Open up to the left. Look down the length of your left arm or look straight up. However it feels good in your neck. Deep breaths. Join this gentle twist, spinal twist. Closing the eyes, full cycles of breath. One more deep breath. Taking your time, coming back onto your back. Maybe take one more full body yawn and stretch. And then grabbing whatever props you may like for your total relaxation pose. You don't have to use anything, right? You can lay flat on your back. Arms out, slowly move them down till you find a good spot. You can put a blanket under your head, a pillow or two under your knees. You just find what works for you. Take your time, settling in to your, again, total relaxation pose, your Shavasana. deep breaths. Finding eventually your normal breath, no straining. And find an intention or a single point of focus to focus on scanning your body, your breath, the music. Maybe an intention again that you created in the beginning of class. Just notice when you wander off and come back. Back to your body. And when you're ready, slowly turning to your right, curling into yourself in the fetal position. Pulling the knees up towards your belly. When you're ready, slowly pushing off the earth to a comfortable seated position. We'll take a nice big inhale through your nose. And then open your mouth, sigh out your breath. One more time, nice big inhale. Sigh it out. My gratitude to each of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. Again, sorry I started late with some technical issues, but I hope you enjoyed that and got some good stretches and relaxed your mind is really right now, and your body, of course. But thank you guys so much. I'll be back on Saturday morning. I decided to offer a mixed level flow on Saturday morning at 10. And then Sam will be here on Sunday. It's Memorial Day weekend, which I didn't even really know that, but she'll be here Sunday morning for Yin Yoga at 10 a.m. Just because it's a holiday. You guys might be busy on Sunday night. Who knows right now? Anyway, thanks for joining us. Archie says thank you too. He was my buddy today. You know, he was meowing a lot. Right, buddy? And he gives hair all over me. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Bye.